Fortunate today, we are having his great son is giving class. Prabhuji, are you here?
Yes, Mataji, I am here.
Please accept my humble obeisances, Prabhuji. Today we are reading Chaitanya Caritamrta, Madhya Lila, 25 chapter, 135 onwards. Can you take over the call, Prabhuji?
Yes, Mata. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Daita Chanda Jaya Gaura Bhakta Brinda Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Daita Chanda Jaya Gaura Bhakta Brinda Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Daita Chanda Jaya Gaura Bhakta Brinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. First of all, I like to welcome all the sincere listeners. You have taken your valuable time to hear about Supreme Personality of Godhead and our relationship with Him. So today, we are serving Srila Prabhupada's Chaitanya Caritamrta. Take Madhya Lila, chapter 25, text 135, beginning. Eta sambandha suna avideya bhakti bhagavate pratisloke bepe jara sthiti. Eta means this. Sambandha means relationship. Suna means please hear. Avideya, the function. And Bhagavate in Srimad Bhagavatam, Pratisloke, in each and every verse. Vyape, pervades. Jara, of which. Sthiti, the situation. Translation by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. This is the one eternal relationship with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Now please hear about the execution of devotional service. This principle pervades each and every verse of Srimad Bhagavatam. Om Jnana-timirandhasya Jnananjana-salakaya Chakshurmilitam Jena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namah. Sri Chaitanya Manovishyam Sthapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadatisya Padantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Jutapada Kamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavangscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakha Nitangscha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Simate Bhakti Vedanta Samini Tinamine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunnavadi Pasyata Deshatarine Vancha kalpa taruvescha kripa sindubhayeva cha patitanam pavanebho vaishnavebho namo namah. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. First of all, this one verse almost gives us a vision and a mission, how we should serve and hear, and whatever the subject matter is, we have to find a relationship with Krishna. And if we cannot find the relationship with Krishna, then it will be considered illusion, or we should guard ourselves to divert or take shelter of advanced devotee to find where the relationship in this time in my life, or whatever I'm observing, whatever is going on in everything, in every situation. Purpose of spiritual life, to make our life spiritual. We should remember this. It's very simple. Purpose of our spiritual life is to make our life spiritual. When we practice bhakti, we may wonder, how do I know if I am progressing or succeeding? I'm practicing for a long time. This verse gives a clue that every sloka, every word, anywhere in our literature, that's how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is giving the conclusion, that it has a relationship with Krishna. On the spiritual journey, our destination is Krishna, or more specifically, love for Krishna. It is not a question of fight. Some people say, well, is it Krishna or Krishna Pran? Both are same in this sense. Of course, they are not exactly same. So if we are enriched with love for Him, we will naturally long to practice the activities that connect us with Him. Why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, after delivering this Prakashananda Saraswati, he is giving such a secret? Because sometimes mind thinks like maybe I'm better than Prakashananda Saraswati Thakur because I was not committing offense left and right. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was so angry with him that he even told before meeting that Prakashananda Saraswati Thakur was such a nonsense aparadi that he would cut my body into pieces every day through his explanation. God has no form. Now let me ask you a question, the online audience. Did it ever occur to you, I don't know, this deity, God is marble, I don't know how to see, how do I have a relationship with Him? How do I make relationship with Him? It's so hard. You may feel like this. I mean, did you really not feel that maybe it's difficult, maybe, or these are offensive nature. Maybe mini scale, you don't mean to commit offense. What Prakashananda Saraswati Thakur in this chapter has, of course, he got delivered by Mahaprabhu now, that Mahaprabhu explained in the beginning, 17th chapter also, in the same Madhya Lila, where Prabhupada gave a very details that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was expressing very sadness. This Prakashananda, beta in Hindi also they use, Mahaprabhu used that word, beta. this person, every day he speaks Vedanta and he says God has no form, God cannot see everything, God cannot do, it is impersonal, ultimate destiny. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, obviously in his heart, he would hear this, and Mahaprabhu was very upset. He said, this beta is cutting me every day, and it made Mahaprabhu angry, and he even said that he will have a leprosy. That was very heavy, because Mahaprabhu, now you may say, well, since he is the most merciful Lord, how can he cut somebody with a leprosy? It is not that. It is just that, like a mother give a time out to a child. Why? Because that child is beyond control now. If he does not get little time out, he will not be disciplining. The whole operation of giving time out is the expression of love that mother holds for the child. Similarly, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saw that 60,000 people who are serious to go back home is misguided by Prakashananda, one person. Mahaprabhu could not take it. So he was very angry. Now, while I was reading this, I was thinking, like, in mini scale, I also commit offense, I go to temple, I look at the deity. After a few minutes, I look something else. I'm thinking like, am I not recognizing the deity as Krishna? If I'm recognizing, then why I am not spending time and talking with the Lord, having some reciprocation? Or at least I should regret that I'm not having that relationship. Even yesterday we were reading Srila Prabhupada write, the main purpose of human life is to revive that relationship with the Lord. So many places, all over Bhagavatam. As Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says now, every sloka, every word is nothing but that based on the relationship. Bhagavan sambandha bhakti avidehaya prema prayojan vede tina vastu kaya. Veda or Bhagavatam is nothing but these three subject matters. Sambandha, avideya and prayojan. The purpose of life, goal of life, and the relationship with the object of love and how to obtain it. The main aim of human life is to love God, to develop lost relationship. If a person if a person begins to renew this relationship with God, then he will meet obstacles, some tests. Because a person must be established in his faith. And the power of the faith will take us to our destiny. To develop love to God is not an easy thing. It is not easy thing. Even in the material world, I go sometime to some yoga society or some, even here in UF, to discuss with the student. And people, in general, they have some idea, I remember one person was saying, life is not all about finding the right person, but creating the right relationship. I said, that's very profound. I was appreciating that person. It is not how we care in the beginning, but how much we care till the end. Yes. It's a fact. We come to Krishna consciousness, we should check every day how we are reviving our spiritual love for the Lord. It cannot be, now there is a little clue on this verse also. In this chapter, very nice. This chapter is overwhelming because this chapter itself is enough for the whole spiritual life. You don't need to read anything. I mean, even one sloka is like enough. But still we discuss. So certain things we should remember. What is it? that this relationship is the greatest wealth we have. That Krishna, out of his mercy, compassion, he gave this relationship with us. We have a particular sentiment. This is in 10.14.8. In the purport you will see that sloka, even though Prabhupada translated up to 13 chapter, 10 canto, but that sloka is actually translated by Prabhupada. It's forwarded from Chaitanya Charitamrta. And there it says, Sanatana Goswami Pad says, that a particular sentiment is given to every soul to connect with the Lord in a particular relationship. This cannot be replaced. It cannot be forced or compelled to possess by others. So each individual, we have a particular relationship in a particular form, in a particular way with Krishna that no other soul can replace, duplicate, or alter. No. So that's why each soul is important. And we should be nice to every soul, because every soul has a particular relationship with Krishna. Now, question comes, is it your birthright that I am a soul, I have a particular relationship? It is the wealth of your own soul, that is correct. It is there. The relationship with the highest divinity, it is there. But it cannot but be within you. Now we have to pay close attention. You are his creature. You exist in his connection and relationship. You must have some connection within you. Srila Prabhupada writes in Bhagavad Gita 4.10, Vitaraga Bhayakroda. In the purport you will see that living entity, they are born with three attachments. One of the attachments that they are actually afraid of that position. But we should never be afraid. We should not be afraid of our present position, and we should not be disappointed. In this way, if we are to preach to the world at large, yes, everybody should come. Come for the highest happiness. Come and reconnect to your lost relationship with the Lord. You will be eternally happy. Even Narottam Das Thakur made a song. The Ashray Laiya Bhaje Tare Krishna Nahite Je Arsawe More Akaran. And Prabhupada quoted that verse so many times. We should remember, very significant on that. In the relationship with Krishna, our own importance is not as important as our connection and object of love. Our connection means our Guru. If we can get a bona fide spiritual guide, our future in spiritual life is assured. Krishna can dismiss my appeal. Generally, Krishna does not. But if I am not pure enough, Krishna may dismiss. But because I am taking shelter of Prabhupada, taking shelter of such a great, that Krishna can never dismiss that Guru very easily. It is not possible. And Krishna never did. Because the Guru has a solid position in the Lord's relationship. If we enter into the domain of our Guru's care, our position will be assured. Our only solace is that we are going through his agent. We should always remember this. Even we are chanting. When you take Japamala, please, I'm not here to instruct you or anything, I can request you. Bhaktivinoda Thakur in his writings, Harinam Chintamani, very nicely says, Pratham Agre Guru Puja Pare Krishna Pujan, Guru Deve Krishna Prasad Samarpan. Guru Smarya Krishna Bolive Badane, you must remember that you are under guidance of your Guru. Remember that Guru's lotus feet. Then Panchatattva, then you chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And actually, a good example is, if you are a mother or father, you can understand that easily, that a child, 1 year, 2 year old, figuring out on her or his own how to become very happy. But if that child ever occur that I should ask my mother, what will make me happy, will be the most intelligent choice. But the child will never ask. Child is doing his own thing, busy. Mother accommodates. But mother actually has more idea, more assurance about that child's future than the child can on his or her own figuring out. Similarly, Guru, why we are so much in this reviving this relationship, why we give so much importance to Guru? Because if we have a feeling for Guru, it will give the access to Krishna feeling easily. Otherwise, sometimes we feel like we don't have a feeling for the Lord as much. That's why Lord sent His own people. Bhaktivinoda Thakur wrote a song. Emana durmati samsare bhitare poriyaya chino ami tabani jajan kono mahajane athaya dile tumi tabani jajan kono mahajane pathaya dile tumi. When you see your Guru, you don't think he is from spiritual world, because he looks like one of us. He knows more, maybe. He knows he is in a position acting my instructor. These are mundane vision. First vision should be that when I am paying obeisances to my Guru, my false ego is disappear. At that moment at least. The moment we bow down to Vaishnava, Guru, false ego disappears. Shastra says this. So when we bow down, it is not bowing down to his body only. It is bound down to the person who is full Krishna conscious. We are bowing down to him. And this way he goes to his Guru, and his Guru all the way to Krishna. Directly that Dandavat, when we pay obeisances, it goes there. Therefore our relationship to revive, it should always pass through. Now you can have many other Shiksha Guru also, who can help you actually. Lot in our life we see Jiva Goswami Pad was training these 3 beautiful young boys, Shyamananda Prabhu. But Shyamananda Prabhu's whole connection with Radharani is because of Jiva Goswami Pad. And there was a whole episode took place, we know. But nonetheless, we must respect our Diksha Guru, Shiksha Guru always. And we should always think them as a representative of Krishna. Then our journey and our own experience will be very easy. Very easy. It is necessary. It is necessary that we stay focused in our spiritual life. Because as we practice our devotional practice every day, like this morning we had a Mangalarti and chanting Japa. We had a Bhagavatam class this morning, and we also honor Prasadam. What is the purpose of doing this? Right now you all are listening, I'm also speaking, I'm also listening. What is supposed to happen now? Well, the verse says this very nicely, that when we are hearing about Krishna, our consciousness becoming spiritualized. Check your own pulse right at this moment. Is your consciousness is becoming spiritualized? What does it mean, spiritualized? What does that mean? Means not material. What does that mean, not material? Material means when we are hearing about Krishna, do we lose the attraction for the sense object, at least for that moment? That means it is spiritual. It is not the senses or the sense object. It is the attraction for the sense object. That's why we play the game. We should always remember, in a sense, that when you are seeing a sense object, what attitude you hold towards that sense object, towards that person, towards that thing, it determines whether it is spiritual or material. Just like Prabhupada gave an example of a knife. A knife in the hand of a murderer could be very dangerous. Knife in the hand of a surgeon could save a life. So similarly, what attitude we hold, it determines whether it's spiritual or material. So when we are hearing about Krishna, if we find attraction that towards Krishna is there, and the sense object, attraction towards the sense object is diminishing, or at least for that moment, that 1 hour, half an hour was not there, that means it is spiritualized consciousness. So when we do sadhana, we are hearing, then if that you can check yourself, if that consciousness becoming spiritualized, then we realize the indestructibility of spiritual reality. Krishna is eternal, we are eternal. Indestructibility of spiritual reality we can realize by the power of this sadhana, by power of Krishna conscious practice. Such elevation of consciousness increasingly connects us with Krishna. When that connection becomes steady and strong, even if insecurities afflict us at the material level, we can still relish the supreme spiritual security joyfully in Krishna. So relationship, reviving our relationship with Krishna, we should always check. Besides, we are conscious beings. This knowledge is also part of us, who we are made of. So chit means knowledge. And this chit, when we are liberated, it becomes Brahma Gyan. Then when it is in spiritual realm, when our devotional attitude and service attitude develop, that time this same chit potency turn into sambandha, relationship with the Lord. So more we understand this, Srila Prabhupada says in Chaitanya Charitamrta purport that actually all this conclusion of this Siddhanta, understanding, we are hearing it will turn into tears one day. And it will soften our heart. And the relationship will be solid. So, sometimes we feel, I'm neglected, I'm left behind, I'm excluded, I am so low, I'm so contaminated. This kind of feeling comes. I'm rejected from the infinite Krishna's pastime. I cannot, it sounds good, but I cannot be part of it. I want to be part of it. I could not utilize this great fortune wave. Sometimes we feel like this. It should be the feeling of a real Vaishnava. It is nothing wrong. Why? Because at that time, actually, in your subtle body, the actual relationship with the Supreme Lord is reviving. Physically, you may not see it, but in subtle, because subtle body is the most important. Subtle body, when it transforms, becomes Krishna conscious. Physical body, you may still have, like Prabhupada had a liver fail, Prabhupada had a toothache, or even you, all the devotees, they may have a physical problem, but physical body will diminish anyway. What's causing us to keep going in the material world is the subtle body. But subtle body now, hearing about Krishna, consciousness is becoming spiritualized. And subtle body, this feeling when it comes, it is actually very valuable asset. You are literally cutting down all your ties in future birth. No more post-birth. As much as the insignificant comes in contact with the infinite, the disposition cannot but be affected. It is not an imitation. It cannot but be the real thing. This is very important. We should remember that every time we hear about Krishna, we are serving Krishna's name. These are all reality. And this is indestructible. You cannot destroy. It is eternal. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took two things from Madhya, from each acharya, two things, total 8, and then he added, it became Achinta Veda Ved, Tattva, the 10th truth. So, one truth he took Madhya, two. One was, Krishna Murti Nitya Jani Tahara Sevan, Ek Hai Kebal Advaita Nirasan. Krishna Murti Nitya Jani Tahara Sevan. Two things he took. One thing is ultimate defeat of impersonalism, and that every activity in relation to the Lord is eternal, should be accepted. How? Through the faith. And if you have a problem, you should think that maybe I have a doubt on the position of my Guru who is giving this truth. I have a doubt on him, and that's why the faith is shaking. The position of Guru should not be considered mundane. I'm repeating this again. Identified with his mundane appearance. Some people, Srila Prabhupada even write on 3rd canto, one purport that some neophyte means not advanced devotee. And Prabhupada said we should not remain in neophyte. He said they may think, oh, my Guru Maharaj is sick. How can he be sick? He's advanced. This is a mundane thought. This is neophyte talk. This is not a Vaishnava, sincere devotee talk. We can get benefit from our relationship with Guru only through faith. Faith. Shraddha. Shraddha means Shraddha. Shraddha means the Chetan, consciousness, what you are holding. If you are holding pure, that you have a pure faith. If somebody say, I don't have a faith, that is also your faith. You are holding that consciousness that I don't have faith. That is your faith. That is wrong. Of course, then you can say, how do you get faith? You can read the Bhagavad Gita chapter 17, last verse 28 in the Purport Prabhupada writes, by the mercy of Guru, you get faith from the association of devotees who has faith. As simple as this. Only through Shraddha, faith, are we able to approach Krishna. No matter what the distance, near or far, how many lives, it all depends on our faith. Of course, through physical, vicinity, we can get the chance of hearing from him, witnessing many practical dealings that may help us on our path. Proximity can give us knowledge of Vaishnava Sadachar. Sadachar means his behavior, his character, the proper conduct of a Vaishnava. In this way, we can have some sort of conception about these things. But Shraddha, faith, must be there. It should be like the main component in our practical sadhana. Even to the highest degree, when you have a faith, you feel inspired to do service. Even in the top rank of spiritual existence, the highest conjugal, relationship. Srimati Radharani, own tendency is always to serve Krishna. Her inclination is toward servitorship, Daisharas. She exhibits, what is that? Gopastami day. She wrestled with Krishna. And Krishna, of course, lost the game. So she also served Krishna, intimate friendship with Krishna. A small thing. No, it is not small thing. It is very too high. From a distance, I want to show my respect to Sakkaras, but I really crave Daisharas. That should be the inclination of real devotee. If we disregard all these things, we are playing like a children. There was a funny, before Facebook, maybe Facebook was there. Anyway, about 30 years back, there was some kind of, I forgot how the media was, and some devotees are discussing, I don't want to be part of this dust. I don't want to be part of the animal in Golok Vrindavan. I want to be either coward boy or coward girl, one of the others. These are neophyte talks. This is not good thinking. Of course, those days I didn't understand, so I was like listening. Now you think, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, then, Vayi nanda tanuja kinkaram patitam ma vishame bhavam buddho kripaya tava pada pankaja stito dhuli sadrisham vichintaka. O son of Maharaj Nanda, Krishna, some way or other, I have fallen into this ocean of birth and death. Please pick me up from this ocean of death and place me, Prabhupada translate as atom, in your lotus feet. Now what is this dust? Dhuli. The word dhuli. I think in Hindi also. In Bengali, Uriya, they also call dhuli. Sanskrit, here Mahaprabhu using Sito dhuli. Sito means fixed. I want to stay as a dhuli. It is not the dust of what we experience of the dust of this world. It is a pre-deposited with eternity, with full cognizance, fully aware. Just like if I challenge any one of you, how do you prove that you exist? Only way you can prove, by awareness. I know I'm listening to you. I know where I am. I know I have a husband, wife, children. I'm going to have lunch. I'm going to go doing this. I'm aware. That's all you say. Your awareness. Even the dust of Vrindavan is full, complete, aware of Krishna and their relationship. And more. Krishna never wears shoes in Vrindavan. He walks bare feet. They come in direct contact with Krishna's lotus feet. They become so excited, so ecstasy that they go in the sky, the dust, and trying to serve Mother Yashoda. Your son is here playing. Mother Yashoda come out sometimes. She looks at from far. She has a little balcony type of to look at. She sees far distance some dust. And then she feels, okay, he's not too far. But I'm missing him so much. So she would sometimes worship demigod, sun god. Now you have brightened this world for some time. Now you please go down, because if you're going down, my son will come back. The whole Vrindavan is nothing but relationship. There is two types of lover, has three types of love in Vrindavan. Two types of lover in a sense. There is 5 rasas, yes. Two types of lover means, one type of lover, their relationship is first and the love follows it. Mother Yashoda is thinking, my son, first is my son. Then all her affection, possession, mamata. He's my son. he loves this soup yesterday. He told me, I made a lot of soup today just for him. She is like thinking constant ecstasy. It is not a labor. It is a labor of love. And this relationship in Vrindavan is so sweet. It's impossible to imagine. That's what we are looking for. We're not looking for God, actually. We're looking for why people get married, why people have dates, why people looking for companion. Why? Because everybody wants a sweet family relationship. A sweet family where everybody loves each other. Unfortunately, you cannot find this completeness here because disappointment will come. Death is there. Even if you love somebody, okay, you love, one day will come, either he or she will die. But we are looking for that. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to give that to us. That yes, highest conception of inner nourishment, inner fulfillment is there in Vrindavan. Come there. Bhajaner madhya shrestha navavida bhakti Krishna prem Krishna dite dhare mahashakti. Tar madhya sarva shrestha nama sankirtan nirapade nam loile pai pramadhan. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that's why he introduced this love of Braja with the holy name. He said, just chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Whether you understand or don't understand, it will act. Because Mahaprabhu's unconditional mercy. And we will come to that highest family relation, highest happiness, highest nourishment. Deep down in your heart, that's what you want. You want a person, you want a relationship that forever grows more and more. I want to be more close to that person, more close, more happiness, more service. This is the nature of love. Nature of love is to serve. If there is a relationship and you're not doing anything, that means that relationship is not solid. There is some loophole or something, trap. Something is there. Humility, in other words, is surrender. We need humility. Humility means to present no opposition to the command of the master. When Guru tells me something, I must do it. Well, Gurudev, can I do this way, that way? This is not a humility. Because humility is, Madhya Kadambini explains that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Brahmanda Brahmite Kuno Bhagyavan Jeev Guru Krishna Prasadel Pai Bhakti Lata Bij. Bhakti Lata. Why the Bhakti compared a creeper? And you notice the creeper never grows on their own strength. Creeper always grows on base of something. You'll see. Right now I'm looking actually outside. Some creeper, they always need some base so they can grow. And that base is humility. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that's why he came to give. Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur says, this is our Siddha Pranali. This is our Siddha Pranali. This humility has to be there. Amanina manadena kirtaniya sadahari. This humility has to be there. Tinadapi sunichena tarur opi sahisnuna. Humility, in other words, is surrender. When Guru commands you something, chant 16 rounds minimum. Yes, I would be loved to. Now when you chant, I'm not judging you all, but ask your own heart. When you take the Japamala, do you feel excited? Wow! Today, right now, I'm going to have a connection with infinite by a media of my Guru. What a excitement, what a happiness. Are you joyfully performing? One time Giriraj Maharaj was so kindly, he says, I went to Mangalarti with Vaishashik Prabhu. What was the difference? I was looking at it. The way the temple devotees with Vaishashik Prabhu celebrate the Mangalarti, perform the Mangalarti with a joyful, happy. That should be the attitude. The joy is a component. Joy is also destiny or the result. You have to do enthusiastically. All the service that we do. Even I am asking myself, am I happy to talk about Krishna, to hear about Krishna? Yes. Why? Because that's what we made of. We made of. We are conscious being. We are not dead matter. When conscious being become fully conscious, he is liberated. Then he turned towards Krishna with loving service sentiment. Then he becomes Krishna conscious. Then he will be drowned into ecstasy forever. So this is very important. Humility does not drag one into subordination to the serpent, tiger or jackal. Our real relationship is with Vaishnava, Shiksha Guru, Diksha Guru. That is the plane where devotees take their stand. Be proud. I am a follower of Srila Prabhupada. Yes. I feel so proud. Not a false proud. It is a legitimate, pure pride. I am following a path where my highest interest will be there when I can please them through my service. We are concerned with the inner world of Krishna, of Supreme God. So what is humility boils down to? Humility means that we do not resist our master's instruction. Without opposition, we carry out whatever order comes to us. We possess humility. Sunicha. We are not prejudiced. This is very important. Very soon, Gadadhar Prabhu's appearance day, or this appearance day coming, I think next week. And this is I request everybody to read. Maybe we'll have one class on Gadadhar Prabhu if possible. Because Gadadhar Prabhu, through Gadadhar Prabhu, Mahaprabhu has established the highest calculated achievement that living entity beyond their estimation. Because if you ask yourself why I'm not surrender, well, I want to. In your mind you'll be thinking, what am I going to get when I surrender? What is there? You like calculating. You may not even convince yourself. But I'm trying my best. But then you hear Prabhupada say, in a moment, you can be instantly liberated if you surrender. Why am I not doing it? Ask yourself. So Gadadhar Prabhu has proved this. Sarup Damodar, Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, Kaviraj Goswami, Raghunath Das, all our Guru Parampara, and Prabhupada himself. Now Prabhupada is very merciful. Prabhupada says, couple times actually he says, if you heard an instruction from your Guru, and if you always adoring that instruction, even though you could not execute, but you did not ignore it or neglected it, you are still on a proper track. You should not feel bad. And the example like Prabhupada himself, he said that he got instruction in 1922, again 1930, 35 when he got initiated. And but Prabhupada never forgot. And Prabhupada always tried, until he came to the West in 65, 66, began that revelation. So Prabhupada made a point that as long your inner attitude to actually follow and do it, and you're always thinking about it, then you are okay. You may not be fully executing that, but you are still on the track. And that was very kind of Prabhupada to see that. So back to this, the highest intensity can be produced by such artificial, if we hide the rice or wheat underground to create shortage of food, then food becomes very valuable. So also the rareness, the impossibility of union has been created in Paramount. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he's giving this secret thing to Prakashananda Saraswati Thakur. And when Rupa Goswami Pad, this story Prabhupada gives, when Rupa Goswami Pad came to see Mahaprabhu, he was on the other side of the river. Seeing these thousands and thousands of Mayavadi sannyasi rolling on the ground and crying for Krishna, immediately composed that verse, Namo Mahabadannaya Krishna Premupadayate, Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratishe Nama. And Rupa Goswami Pad was crying. And this was the most most astonishing, that how possible that a person is not interested, but he made him interested. Not only made him interested, now he made him hungry. And he's so greedy. He made all these 60,000 sannyasis so greedy that he is feeding them with this highest gift that Radha Krishna's love to those impersonalists. How is possible? Only person like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu could do. To facilitate this relationship, such adjustment is necessary between the two, among the divine couple. And he's explaining they are crossing all sorts of conception of religious sentiment. This is the highest limit. There is no consideration of anything when they meet. At all cost, at all risk, they are going to serve each other. The intensity becomes as high as possible. It is managed by Yogamaya to raise it to the highest level. Yogamaya manages in such a way that the union will be most fruitful and pleasing. It is necessary to manage in such a way to maximize their pleasure. Now you may say, why are you bringing this confidential discussion here? Because we have to understand this from the plane of sacrifice. How much you are eager to sacrifice your life for the pleasure of Guru Krishna. You have to ask yourself. Why? Because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu actually came to give this. It is not just happiness in spiritual service. It is that Radha Krishna's intimate pastimes we don't discuss in public, but their relishment is coming down through Guru Parampara and through Prabhupada. By his mercy, we are also entering into. So once in a while we should dive into it. Otherwise, when are you going to think about it? It is necessary that we think of Radha Krishna's love for each other, and by serving my Guru, Prabhupada, the Guru Parampara, these things are given to me too. So back to the beginning of our discussion, the essence of discipline is to make our intelligence faster than our mind. Then we will stay focused in spiritual life, and until we reach the greed or love for the Lord, we should be guided by our own intelligence to stay focused in Krishna consciousness. When you hear this knowledge, you apply this knowledge. When you apply this knowledge, then that's called intelligence. When you think anything, of course, even if you don't think, the mind will make you to think, mind will reflect. Anything that's coming in your life, every moment, every day, see if you find the connection with Krishna. If you don't find the connection with Krishna, then you need intelligence to take your mind, shift your mind towards Krishna. And this adjustment you have to do. You don't have a choice. This adjustment, you every day. And after a while, believe me, what I mentioned in the definition of sadhana, that when we are practicing this hearing and discussing, our consciousness becoming spiritualized. And as we realize the indestructibility of spiritual reality, then such elevation of consciousness increasingly connects us with Radha Krishna. When that connection becomes stable, steady and strong, even if insecurities like coronavirus or whatever afflicts us at the material level, we can still relish the supreme spiritual security, joyful in Krishna. So I have a few minutes. If there is any question, comments, reflection. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you so much for the very, very beautiful class, Prabhu, and your valuable time. Thank you so much. Anyone has any questions or comments, realizations, please go ahead. Hare Krishna.
No? No question? So we are all convinced the devotion, our devotion will be sustained not by tribulation or emotion, but by dedication, conviction. With that note, we can end.
Yes, Prabhu.
If there is no further question.
Thank you so much, Prabhu. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay. Then we can end the
So
point.
we should...
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. I
Hare
actually
Krishna.
do have a question. I'm so sorry. I just, first of all, want to say thank you so very much for such a beautiful, beautiful class. So many things you said just really touched my heart. And I just have one question. Hopefully it won't take too much time. But everything you said about humility is to surrender, and all of those things really, really touched me. And I would just like to hear from you, how can we surrender? What are the steps?
Surrender? You have to remember that when our conviction blossoms, first you have to make yourself, the conviction has to come from you, means your own will power. You have to come on your own decision. So when your conviction blossoms into attraction, your consciousness rises above the world's tribulation. And the mind's emotions to perennial blissful absorption in Krishna. Now you may say, well, can you give a practical? Yes. Whether you are initiated or not initiated, I don't know. But ask yourself, but whether you are initiated or not initiated, but try to follow under some advanced devotee, whatever you do every day. So, two things you can do. One thing, you ask to yourself, what am I willing to do today that will bring pleasure to the Lord through that guru or that devotee that I am following? What am I willing to do? At the same time, this is a positive. Negative, what am I willing to give up today that will bring pleasure to them? If you can bring with these two things, you will be surprised that within a short time, your surrender will give you the result. Result is that you will be spiritually very happy. The material things will not disturb you, and that's a fact. You won't yourself. You will convince. Nobody has to tell you. You know, like when you on our ice cream. I don't know if you ever ate. I hope you ate ice cream. When you eat ice cream, nobody has to tell you, oh, you're supposed to feel happy when you eat the ice cream. I'm sure nobody has to tell you because it's natural. So similarly, when you do these things, because the gift of conviction and determination is synonymous with our endeavor. What we do actually shows what we actually believe. Because if you think from a practitioner point, we call sadhaka in Sanskrit. Sadhaka thinks that love can be seen from what we are willing to give to the beloved for their happiness. And what we are willing to give up for the beloved's happiness. If you have these two parameters, then you will see Radharani is the highest servant, or in that relationship, she is holding the highest position, and the Vaishnava, the Guru you follow, is also holding highest position for you. On these two principles, if you can lead your life every day, your surrender will be complete. Is that easy or difficult?
That was beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for such a profound and beautiful answer. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Any other? Otherwise, we end.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, ma'am.
And Pran. Thank you so much for such a beautiful. Thank you so much for a beautiful class, Prabhuji. And you also said a very hopeful sentence, like when devotees feel rejected and they feel lonely, it is a sign of a devotee. So it was a very hopeful sentence for me, because I feel like that very often. And I really liked your explanations about Bhakti Lata and humility. It was very nice. I have a question, Prabhuji. Actually, I was thinking whether to ask or not. I don't know whether it's a good question. So, we have been discussing about this Sambandha, Videya and Prayojan.
for the past few weeks in so many of these verses. So I keep getting this doubt since when we started discussing this, like Krishna's internal energy is also divided into three categories: Sandhini, Samvit, and Ladini.
Yes.
So are they kind of similar to these three kind of aspects?
Are those three energies are similar?
Similar in the sense, like, can we say that these aspects came into existence from these three energies respectively? Like, can we say like that? Or they're completely different? I'm getting confused. I mean, I don't know.
Okay. No, very nice question though. I appreciate. So let me answer as short as possible. You can read Chaitanya Charitamrita has these details, but to some extent I can explain you what I understood. We have to consider three topics. Can you remember this? Tattvagata Vichar, Lilagata Vichar, and Rasagata Vichar. Tattvagata Vichar means the truth, absolute truth, that which exists by its own right. Now don't take that Tattvagata Vichar is everything. Because in your Lilagata Vichar, you have to be very careful. Srila Prabhupada says, if you, what is that verse? Madhya Lila, this chapter actually, 25.264. When you finish the class, you can read that Krishna consciousness, this verse and the next verse, that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu traveled all over the world. He didn't say India. That means in America also. All over the world it says. Brahmila deshe deshe. That means, and Prabhupada says that Mahaprabhu is still traveling. He's also in Alachua, Florida, and wherever you are, Texas, they're all there. Mahaprabhu is traveling in the heart of a great soul. And those souls carrying Mahaprabhu and letting Mahaprabhu deliver those people. And in that explanation, it says that Krishna consciousness means these six truths together. 5 and 1. 6 truths. One is Krishna Tattva, Bhakti Tattva, Prema Tattva. You must understand this truth of Krishna, truth of Bhakti, truth of love of Godhead. Then Lila Tattva, Prema Tattva, Rasa Tattva. You have to understand all these 6 principles together is Krishna consciousness. That's why sometimes it is difficult for devotees. They think just, yes, by chanting it will come, but how it comes, that we also acquire those understanding, then it clears. So, in Tattvagata Vichar, there is only one Shakti, Sarup Shakti, internal potency. And when that Shakti takes a form, we call Radharani. When that Shakti does not take form, it's called Amurta form. Now, in Tattvagata Vichar, by the function of that one potency, manifests in a different form. So when it manifests into different form, then it has a different name. For an example, existential potency is Sandhini. Now, for an example, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's both wives, Lakshmi Priya and Vishnu Priya, they are Swarup Shakti, Tattvagata Vichar. Mother Swachimata is also Swarup Shakti, Tattvagata Vichar. You can say Narayani, she is also very intimate associate. And they are all under internal potency. But in Lilagata, you cannot think like this. You have to think Mother Sachi is a mother. You never can think he is like Mahaprabhu's wife and Mother Sachi are same. No, it is offense to think like this. Even though they are all Swarup Shakti. So variegated or variety energies, details has to be understood. Otherwise it will give us a wrong conclusion. Just like Mother Joshoda Maya, Prabhupada writes in 13th chapter 10th canto, the Mother Joshoda and Radharani, they are all Swarup Shakti. But Mother Joshoda, in a relationship, Lila, She is a mother, eternal mother. She will never think, I want to be Krishna's lover. And Radharani will never think, I want to be his mother. There is no such thing. So on Lila Gata Vichar, we have to respect their position. If we cannot understand both, then rasa, the taste, will never come. Then will be some artificial. So Prabhupada gives in Adi Lila chapter 4, you can read from 55 to 65, I believe. These 10 verses, you will see the purport gives the conclusion. When you take initiation, you come in contact with Suddha Sattva. Your Guru is Suddha Sattva connection. Suddha Sattva connection is Sandhini. Sandhini means you have a now connection. You have come at the door of Krishna's house. And now you will enter in the house to do some service. So when Sandhini, Krishna's connection become very undisturbed, our existence. Because Suddha Sattva means there is no material mode has a role there. It is absence of three modes of role. Just like Jarabharat, just like Prahlad Maharaj, just like Draupadi. You can see all these great souls. Haridas Thakur. Haridas Thakur did not know that he's supposed to cry and feel pain when the skin and blood is coming out from his body. Now when it comes out from, one devotee actually other day got some accident, his blood was coming out and he was feeling terrible pain. But when he becomes advanced more, he will not feel that pain. Now Haridas Thakur did not know that he is supposed to feel that pain. Of course Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took that pain in that sense, but this is how? Through Sandhini potency. Sandhini potency means where everything is perfect, peaceful for the pleasure of Krishna. When your connection, by the mercy of Guru, that Sandhini potency manifests very nice, that time it will attract Sambit potency. Sambit potency means a relationship. You will feel very close to your Guru. Through your Guru, of course the opposition will come in the material world. So long we are here, the opposition will come. But opposition doesn't mean, just like for an example, how to make it in a short way, like if a man comes to a young girl and say, oh, I'm watching you for a long time, you don't know me, this is my first meeting, but I love you the most in the whole world. You are the only person I love. And the girl may think like, wow, I never met him. How is he? He's handsome and he's saying that he loves me the most. Now should she take just by having a little discussion as a permanent relationship, or she has to check the character, nature, his stability, what he's saying, if it's true or not. It has to be checked. So when your connection with Sambit, Maya will try to jeopardize your relationship. This is what she does. That's why devotees sometimes go through tough times. But they don't understand. This is not Krishna promised unsinkable ship, but he does not promise a stormless ocean. You know, there will be storm because to test our love, it's required. If after little while you see that, if that girl sees that same boy who proposed her with such a nice praising words and all this, and then is doing the same thing to another girl, then this girl thinks, oh my God, he's a cheater. So Maya Devi is going to test us when we get connected with Sandhini. And then if we can pass that test, it will make us more stronger. That real love for the Lord actually proving by the challenge. The challenge should be, in a sense, welcome. It strengthens our devotion. That time it attracts the sambit. Sambit means your relationship with the Lord is very tangible. You feel, even in New York, when they told Prabhupada that the deity's outfit, this Maharaj said, deity's outfit will change, Prabhupada, once, now it's again. It seems like, how can this possible? Prabhupada says, you must be offering them nice food. Said, yes. So this is good sign. Relationship become very strong, sturdy. That will attract the Ladini potency. That time you will be completely nourished. You don't know anything of this world. But of course, that doesn't mean you don't see that you are in New York, if you are in New York. Like Krishna told Arjuna, that you have to think of me. Tasmat sarvesu kalesu mam anusmara juddhacha. Think of me. But at the same time he said, fight. But to fight means you have to see the enemy. You have to see the material world. We are in the material world. We see it, but we are pleasing Krishna. We are not blind, or we are not attached to the material things. Arjuna was not attached to killing. Arjuna was attached to please the Lord. So in that way, Arjuna handled. So similar way, when your Sandhini becomes very tangible, then it attracts sambit, and relationship becomes fixed, pakka. That time your heart will be nourished with Ladini potency. So in one sense they are all same, but they are not same. They manifest in a difference. But once the relationship becomes so well, and at that time you forget even all these philosophy topics, because you cry for Krishna, and that nourishes your heart. I don't know if that gives you enough. If that gives you some idea?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes. Yeah.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Pranam. Prabhuji, you are telling when we connect with the Sandhini Sakti, the Maya will try to taste us, yes?
Yes.
And then when we are maybe overcome this, and then the Sambit Sakti, we can connect it with the Sambit Sakti, and then we can connect and our relationship will develop.
Yes. It's a natural. Natural. Because security is ultimately what? The search for spirituality. So long, generally in this world you will see that people say we are interested in security but not spirituality. But if you deep down think about the Bhagavad Gita philosophy that we hear, that real security is nothing but spirituality, isn't it? So, when we actually closely connect with Krishna, or trying to closely connect with Krishna, then the challenges actually come. So long somebody possesses something, they don't know the full value of possessing that. When they miss, or it is stolen, or is gone, that time, oh my gosh, what happened? Where did I put it? How did it gone? They really value about it. So long they have it, they may not give. So Krishna is giving you the connection, but we may not appreciate, we may not understand the value of it. So Krishna may create some way that we may lose it, and then we'll be devastated. And then we really repent and value it. This is the same conception, not only here, even with Sadhan Siddha Gopis, when they heard Krishna's flute. You can see Krishna created this not because he wants 100% pure of us only. It is also necessary. Like Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur gave an example. If you want to eat sweet rice, but if the pot has a half filled with salt water and you put the sweet rice, how would you feel? I don't know if you ever tasted it, but I tried. I just, strange way, sometimes I apply the philosophy just to test it. So I tried with a little bowl, I put a little salt water, put a sweet rice. It was such a horrible. And if I never tasted sweet rice, and if somebody would invite me again for sweet rice, I would never say yes. Because it has no taste of sweet rice when you dip into salt water. So similarly, for our own sake, Krishna wants us to come in that way, that we want it. This is exactly what we need. We are not convinced yet. So Krishna created this for our own sake. That's why Krishna told Arjuna, Manmana bhava mad bhakta mad jajimam namaskar. You bow down to me. Not that Krishna needs. Krishna doesn't need our dandavat. He has the unlimited soul paying dandavat every moment in spiritual world. What he needs is some few servant collecting from here, there. He doesn't need this for our own sake, because he's such a compassionate Lord. For our own sake, that, you will be absence of false ego if you bow down to me. So bow down to me. It is not that he needs, it's we need. Because our heart has a problem. And this false ego will disappear when we really bow down to him. So everything that challenges all these things comes, there is a good reason for it. And it's a very good reason. Sorry, maybe a lot of too much details on that.
So Prabhu, I have a follow-up question on this. So Santini, they say it is the external existence of the external existence, and Samvad they say it's the knowledge, right? When we are trying to understand the knowledge and when we gain that knowledge, that is Samvad. And the Lajini is the pleasure potency of the Lord. So it's just trying to draw the line to say, okay, when you say Samvat, the knowledge, that means when we have enough knowledge, we will have good relationship with the Lord. Is that what you're trying to say? And Santini is the understanding that Lord is eternally existing. I mean,
you know what is bhava? The stage called bhava. Bhava is a gradual progression from Shraddha, Sadhusanga, Bhajana Kriya, and then Ruchi, Nishtha. When you come to Nishtha, your Bhajana Kriya is still there. Your Sadhusanga is still there. It's nothing lost. It's all are like a little components growing. And then you come to Ruchi, your Nishtha is intact in Ruchi. And then you go further, Asukti, your Nishtha, Ruchi, all are there. So when it comes to Bhava, means your complete understanding of the philosophy is there. That time it turns into this 9 symptoms. If you give me 1 hour, 1 class, we can discuss only these 9 symptoms. That what the Bhava is. Kantir abhyartha kalattam virakti mahana sunnata asabandha samutkanta namagani sadaruchi asukti tad gunakhane priti tad basati stale iti ajda priti ankura jane. One who has this love of Godhead or glimpse of love of Godhead. Bhav is not full love. Prema is full love. But before Prem, this is actually the conclusion of all this knowledge. And Prabhupada writes this, that all this knowledge will turn into tears with the feeling. What does that mean? Means when this Sambit potency comes, now there is let me go back for a minute. There is 3 aspects of spiritual manifestation of potency and 3 functions of spiritual potency. 3 functions and then 3 aspects of one potency. So one potency when rules in the spiritual world is called Antaranga Shakti. When it minute manifestation from the marginal, it's called Tatastha Shakti. When it reflects, when you see in front of a light, you turn back from the light, you see the shadow. You don't see the shadow towards the light. So that's called Bahiranga Shakti. How these three functions, Satchit Ananda, manifest in three potencies. When it comes to material world, it becomes material pleasure, material suffering, Ladini potency, material knowledge is Sambit potency, same thing, Chit potency, and material existence, which is moves by the mouth, beginning, middle, and end. So this same potency, when it manifests through another potency, then it has a different manifestation. The same Satchidananda, when it comes to the marginal or Brahma Gyan, then it becomes Brahma Gyan, Brahmananda, Brahma Bhuta. Now when it goes to the spiritual realm, after reviving the service attitude, that time it becomes the Antaranga Shakti, which creates, or Sandhini, you can say, create all the bodies, the planets, Giri Govardhan, everything, even Krishna's body is made of Sandhini potency. Then when this relationship established, that's the manifestation of Sambit potency there. And when the happiness, Ladini Karai Krishna Ananda Sadan Ladini Dara Kare Bhaktir Oposan, the Ladini potency makes Krishna happy all the time. It is inseparable, it is eternally with Krishna. At the same time, Ladini potency also nourishing all the devotee in that relationship. Is that give a little idea more? Or is more confusing?
Yes. No, Prabhu. I think you just I think you just summarized it clearly. When we take the material realm, you have these three things. When you have, when you look at the spiritual realm, also you have the three things. And when it's marginal, you said it's Brahmananda. Does it mean it's a Brahman platform where what the Mayavadis are looking for, or is it something different?
No, not only Mayavadi, the Brahmavadi, the whole Brahma Jyoti, they are Paramatma also lives there, and the soul, the unlimited souls lives there. There's a Siddhaloka, the demons that get killed by Krishna and Vishnu, they also enter there into Brahma Jyoti. They are Siddhaloka, and above there is Kailas Dham. Kailas Dham has a form of Shiva and all other Mahesh Dham, but there is a surrounding all. So there is unlimited. Also souls are there.
Okay.
Not Mayavadi does not go there. Mayavadi goes to another realm. Because Brahman has a four manifestation.
Got it. Brahma, the Siddhaloka, and there is also Pitruloka, right, Prabhu? So just all the other.
Siddhaloka, this Siddhaloka is different. This Siddhaloka is different from the Siddhaloka above the Viraja. There is this one Siddhaloka is here. There is another Siddhaloka where, you heard all the, what is called Mukti Pradata Sarve Sam Vishnu Revana Samshaya. Lord Shiva says when a demon gets killed by Vishnu, then they also get liberation. Now, if they did not have a absorption on Krishna, then they get Sajujya Mukti. What kind of Sajujya Mukti? They merge into Brahman, so they live there too. They live in a place called Siddhaloka. We only know few demons' name here. There is unlimited demons are getting killed every day by some incarnation, some universe somewhere. So unlimited souls are gathering there also in Siddhaloka. It's the lower strata of Kailas Mahesh Dham. It is not within Mahakalapuram. Mahakalapuram is this covering of this universe, the 8 layers. It is beyond.
Got it, Prabhu. Got it. But, in Sandhini you mentioned when there is pain, you will not feel the pain, you said. I just couldn't understand what that sentence meant. even when there is pain, you said you won't feel the pain when you have the Sandhini potency in you. Hare Krishna.
Mataji, Prabhuji just stopped.
Okay, I'm sorry.
We
disconnected.
Prabhu, I had a question. When you talked about Sandhini potency, you said even when there is pain, you will not be able to feel the pain. What does that mean, Prabhu?
See, okay, in the material realm, what we experience pain is a perception to the mind. But in spiritual world, it has the origin, actually rasa. It's not a pain, but it appears like Mother Yashoda would think of Putana, and she would be so nervous that she would like immediately grab Krishna. Even though Putana's story never took, spiritual world, only here. But the memory is there. Yogamaya gives this nourishment. Then Mother Yashoda will grab Krishna and hug and kisses on his head. And Krishna is thinking, what's going on? Why she is so affectionate to me? And Krishna also loves it. So that is not a pain, it's actually nourishment. But in this material world, when we talk about pain, it's different than spiritual world. But it is the nourishment of Ladini potency with the Sambit on the Sandhini. But one is on Suddha Sattva platform, one is Mishra Sattva platform. Is that understood?
Prabhu, I just couldn't correlate the Sandhini to that. Sandhini is that you're talking about the creation of the universe and planets and all that, right?
These are also Sandhini. But Sandhini is not a pure Sandhini here. Sandhini is mixed with the modes, 3 modes.
Yeah. No. When you gave the Putana example, the Sandhini seems to be mixed up with the Sambit, right? I mean, Putana's story, Yashoda was scared of Krishna and she started to hug and kiss him and Krishna likes it. That's the relationship that, so it's kind of Sambit, right? And that's where I was
Sambit also Ladini there because it nourished both.
Yeah.
Over there, they don't talk that philosophy, just for us to understand how this is happening. But this Putana is the eternal also, it has a form, but it is not manifested in the material, spiritual world, but Putana is a position. It has the eternal connection in the spiritual world, but no manifestation there. It manifests here. And some soul takes that position.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Koti Dandat Pranam. Very, very excellent class. Srila Prabhupada Sallallahu Thank you very much for informing so many things from Sri Caitanya Charitamrta.
Thank you, Prabhu.
So we end the class now, or more discussion?
Prabhu, there was just one word in one of your answers that I couldn't catch. If you could just repeat. You said that when the internal potency has form, it's called Radharani, but when it does not have form, what is it called?
Amurta.
Amurta. Okay. Thank you, Prabhu.
You know what is Amurta?
Without form, no?
No, when you get initiation. That guru, from guru's heart, a particular potency appears to the heart of disciple, proportion to their surrender. And it goes all the way It grows like a little baby girl, growing. It says that in Adi Lila chapter 4, Ladinira Sara Prema. I don't know how to say it without singing it, because I always remember by singing. So those verses, because they have a rhyme, so easy to remember. Ladinira Sara Prema, Prema Sara Bhavo, Bhavera Parama Kasta Nama Mahabhavo, Mahabhava Sarupini, Sirada Thakurani, Sarvaguna Khani, Krishna Kanta Siramani. These verses goes that how that potency, what is the essence of Ladini Saro Prem? What is the essence of Ladini potency that Guru gives at the time of initiation? Is love of Godhead. So when you get the love of Godhead through that initiation and you practicing, the Prema Saro Bhava. And what's the essence of the love of Godhead? Is the emotional nourishment, Bhava. Bhavera Parama Kasta. And then the ultimate figure of that ecstasy feeling is Bhavera Parakasta, is Mahabhav. And what is the form of Mahabhav? Is Srimati Radharani. This is in chapter 4 of the Lila.
So at the time of initiation, it's like we're getting, sounds like we're getting Radharani in seed form. Would you say like that?
You get actually initiation. It's in Madhya Lila chapter 7. You see two places Prabhupada put this. Initiation means you get the connection of Sandhini potency, then the seed, that Guru gives the seed. The seed comes in that combination of pleasure potency and cognizant potency together. Which turn into Sambit and Ladini later. It's the same same elements, but it will manifest. Just like a seed has the plant, but is not visible. But it will, when you sow it, it gives some sprouts, then it grows more, then flower, fruits, like this. But the original same ingredients, you can say, same elements in the seed. So similarly, initiation means the same elements, but it is not visible. But as you progress in spiritual path, it growing, it's becoming more beautiful. Oh wow! Of course, we are making, sounds like it's very easy. No, you have to be a good gardener. You have to know what is the real plant looks like, because sometimes the wheats looks more attractive than the plants. You may throw the real plants and keep the wheats. I hope not, but Chaitanya Charitamrta gives us warning that this happens sometimes. That's why we see devotee diverts. So they forget which one is the most important. But in order to know which one is the most important, they have to be trained gardeners. If they are not trained gardeners, they will throw the main plant, because as Prabhupada writes, sometimes wheats, I don't know if you did the gardening, the wheats sometimes more attractive than the origin plant.
Yeah.
And if they only a good gardener can recognize. If the immature gardener, you will say, oh, this is not a wheat, this looks so attractive, this must be Bhaktilata. I like this, everybody pay obeisances to me. One Sannasi told me, I won't say the name because I respect him too, even though he stepped down. He said he used to love when everybody in the temple bowed down. He felt like this is his greatest happiness. I was serious. But only he knew. So sometimes the wheats convince us that I'm the most attractive. Only keep me. So we have to become a good gardener in that sense, as a gardener. So in spiritual path, we have to be very careful, because we are bringing this bhakti lata growing. If we are not careful, we have to put a fence. Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur said, you put a fence. Fence means No more offense. I don't know if they have the same verbal root. Spelling is different, offense in sense. But you put a nice fence. But if the plant grows to a big tree and you still have the fence, the fence could be blocking the tree's growth. So we have to be very alert, aware of our spiritual journey. Because this is this is the most valuable wealth. We cannot take it like anything ordinary. It is the most valuable wealth. Even Brahma cannot get. So why should we take it just cheap? You know, like if you go to doctor right now, a lot of people, at least they go to doctor, they say, in this coronavirus. Our relationship with God is like a patient's relationship with doctor. Ultimately, the doctor and the patient share the same purpose, if you really think. Curing the disease, isn't? Guru came to take you home, and you also want to go home. Back home, back to Goddess. But procedurally, the cure is determined by the doctor, not the patient. The doctor determines what the patient should and should not do. That's the doctor determines the patient's job description, not vice versa. But in our case, I don't want to judge, but one devotee was saying, well, I'm getting married. I said, oh, very nice. You need blessing from your guru. He said, no, guru should not get involved with the family. I said, oh, really? I didn't know that. So, you know, we have our own idea. Like if I'm a patient, what should be the medicines, how to take, when to take it. If I decide, I think it's not a good position for a patient. The doctor determines, not patient. Similarly, this Chaitanya Charitamrita explains us that we are all spiritual beings. We are eternal parts of Krishna, the Supreme God, and are meant for lasting happiness in loving harmony with Him. Now you may say, presently, we are infected, aren't we, with this mundane material disease, 3 modes of material nature? Yes, we are infected by many disharmonious desires to find pleasure separate from Him. But we have to remember, Krishna is an expert physician. Krishna is the expert physician who orchestrates our life to help us return to harmony. Just as doctor sometimes uses surgery to treat the patient, Krishna sometimes uses worldly adversities surgically to disinfect us. It makes sense?
Well,
so when adversity befall on us, we need to cultivate a submissive attitude. Oh Krishna, how can I serve you now? This attitude is good, healthy.
Yeah.
In any position. Yes. Yes, Mother.
Yeah, just to return to what the Guru gives at initiation. I did get a little confused when you brought in that at the time of initiation in seed form, the Sandini, Samvit, Radini. Well, I mean, is that a correct statement that those energies come to us in seed form at initiation? Did you say like that, or I don't know? I might have gotten confused there.
It will be you will see. You can see things as you progress and you experience. It will be easier just to memorize some names. Just like if if I remember when a nice devotee, he put $20,000 for his 1-year-old child's future education. So I was testing. I asked the child doesn't even talk. I said, your future education is already secured. You have enough money. This 20,000 will grow to 200,000 by the time you are ready to go to college. And the baby, and I was reflecting, did baby get it, what I was trying to say? What do you think? I don't think
No.
so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But what I said is correct. But what the baby will understand only according to baby's eligibility and maturity. So similarly, but the same baby when grows 10 years, 12 years, 15 years, ready to go to college, will say, yeah, my parents did when I was a 1-year-old. That was the greatest things, I appreciate them. The appreciating at that mature time is very nice. But even that baby would say thank you to parents at 1-year-old, I don't know if that would really make them completely convinced that yes, she understood, the baby understood. So similarly, this philosophy, we should be aware, but we don't have to so much intermingle with our brain power that, oh, am I getting this Sambit now? Or Ladini, how much proportion is coming? It will be very difficult. We should focus on our sadhana, and as we progress, we hear more and more, it will make sense to us. It will make sense. Now we should just learn how to shift our consciousness from the problem to Krishna. As simple as this. Why? Because we feel relief. We want that relief. Our acharyas are so good, so nicely they explain. I went to one temple and one devotee says, oh, Srimati Radharani looks so beautiful. I said, who is seeing Radharani's beauty? He said, oh, you didn't see? I said, no, I have no power to see. I have a mundane eye. What am I going to see? A conscious being, supreme absolute conscious being beauty. It's unlimited beauty. By the mercy of Guru Krishna, yes, possible, they can show me. But I cannot see. And if I am attracted to Radharani's beauty, the lust is there still. That's why our Acharya is guiding, fall in love with Krishna. See the Krishna's beauty. They never promote, see the beauty of Radharani. It is not proper. Then when you are advanced, very advanced soul, then you see in the private chamber of Krishna Loka, there is a one department is adored as the highest, and Radharani is the head of that department. That's enough. But now to fall in love with Radharani's beauty, it is nothing but a symptom could be of lust. So we have to be guarding. Even if somebody, Mahabhagavat, like Prabhupada, still Prabhupada is following just like a ordinary devotee. He was praying every day to Krishna. Even Mother Joyce's father gave him a very expensive jacket, $500 jacket in 1969 or 70, I forgot. Anyway, Mother Joyce, I asked her. She said, yeah, my father gave him because he loved it when I joined and he was appreciating, he was trying to reciprocate with Prabhupada. And Prabhupada seeing that $500 jacket, those days $500 jacket is kind of like a few $1,000 jacket now. But Prabhupada immediately prayed to Krishna. So, my Lord, you're giving so much facility. Please protect me from your illusory energies so I don't fall for this material comfort. Now you think like, how can Prabhupada need to pray this? This is our view. What he feels is genuine. We learn that we have to be always guarding ourselves not to be trapped with this material. It's very easy. Because when you speak nice philosophy, people appreciate. Oh, false ego loves it immediately. And if I am depend on that taste, then there is no further progress in spiritual. I'll be only looking for a philosophy. What can I talk nice so that others will like it? But if others are not benefiting to advance in spiritual life, what did I do? I did not purify my heart or helping others to, serving others to help. So we have to guard all the time to ourselves. So the conclusion, I'll end with this, that we should maintain a steady service attitude. We will grow through upheaval towards spiritual health and happiness. Thus, we will realize the truth of Caitanya Caritamrta's assurance that when we become conscious of Krishna, His grace takes us through all obstacles. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Samasta Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Is there any other last comment? Otherwise we'll end.
Yes, Prabhu, because when you were saying that when the, how to reconcile that when we appreciate the beauty of the deity, even though, maybe Krishna has not revealed himself to us, in this stage that we are in, are you saying that our appreciation of the deity's beauty has no value at all?
It has value. But point to what I was trying to make, how you are appreciated. By the mercy of Prabhupada, the deity is established through his disciples. Yes? So then, by the power of advanced devotee like Prabhupada, his disciple like Jayapataka Maharaj, Radhanath Maharaj, they are inspiring the Grihasthas to establish the deity. We have no ability to see their glory, but we should always think, by the mercy of Prabhupada and his devotees' inspiration, my Lord, you have come down from Golok Vrindavan to here. I thank you for coming down to accept our service. This attitude, yes, it will push you go further in spiritual progress. There is no question.
But, if we find the deities attractive, then you're saying that that's simply mundane only.
No, deities attracted in a sense that when we are appreciating what I mentioned about Radharani, are you relating to this?
Yeah, when that example you gave, the person was finding that, I think Radharani is so attractive in her deity form.
Yes.
And you were saying, that it's like a lust.
Well, let's put it this way. Since you brought this, I tell you. So after a little while, we had a prasadam together, and this devotee very nice, and he says this is his third marriage. So I said, so how do you glorify Radharani's beauty? And we discussed about it, and not falling for Krishna's beauty. And he said, because I think only I like Radharani's beauty. I said, how did you get 3-time married? And you still have a problem with your family, like what's going on? What do you see progressing? You cannot say touching fire and not getting burned. It is not possible unless you have a gloves or something preventive, some kind of. When we are dealing with spiritual things, material things has to purify. Material consciousness has to purify. It is not possible. Or we have to correct within ourselves. Because even when we take the prasadam, if we don't have a service attitude, I am enjoying, I like pizza. Now today they serve pizza. I love it. I love pizza. Am I the enjoyer or am I the servant? The benefit is there, but how much? Not much. But if I honor the prasadam as Krishna's mercy, then benefit is tremendous. Our relationship also, another point we should be very thorough. Our relationship is with Krishna. And only by those rare souls who are manifested from Srimati Radharani's Kayabuha or bodily or mood, they have a superiority over Radha's position over Krishna. But that's very secluded, very rare.
You said they have a...
It is not something public discussion.
You said those, I guess, gopis, they have what over Krishna?
They give priority, they value Krishna as Radharani's property. And Prabhupada also said that. Prabhupada did say, one letter to Jayananda Prabhu, he says, we Gauriya worship Radha's Krishna. But in common, we do not preach that way. Our relationship with Krishna. Krishna is the predominating deity of Sambit potency. Radharani is the predominating deity of Ladini potency. Balaram is the predominating deity of Sandini potency. So Satchidananda is Balaram, Krishna and Srimati Radharani. This is the origin manifestation of this Satchidananda, predominating deity. So when from the heart of Krishna and from the heart of Srimati Radharani, these two potencies manifest in the heart of Brajavasi, that's how we have access, that those Brajavasi, through them, they come down or they manifest, like Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur. One letter, one devotee asked Prabhupada, I think it was Hansudut Maharaj. I think so. A long time back I read that. He says, your Guru Maharaj is worshipping Manjaris. Am I right? And Prabhupada says, these are not the question we discussed, but who else are you going to ask? So you have asked, yes, you asked. So like that. But Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur himself is a very intimate associate of Radharani. We have that. But Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur himself did not talk about Radharani. But he did talk about Radharani. Every day he talked about Radharani. But he did not talk about Radharani. You will say, wait, you are controversing yourself. No. What he was not talking about Radharani's beauty, Radharani's how she looks like, how she is serving Krishna. What he talked, what is not Ras Lila, what is misconception of Radharani, he was talking whole day, every day. Because this is the biggest contamination. We have to be very careful. Because mundane, problem is, I have a mundane thought. Those who are coming from the conditioned world, they have a mundane thought. And it can create. How much Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur glorified Radharani every day? Yes, he did talk about indirectly. He was smashing Sahajiyas. Almost every day he spoke. Because they have a misconception. They take it as like a man and woman of this world. That we have to be very careful. They are one absolute truth took two forms to relish their relationship. They are for themselves, by themselves, of themselves. So we have access when we go there as a servant. We have a servant and we have a under guidance. We have a spiritual guardian who will give us the access. Then we can enter. If we think we know Radha Krishna, we are attracted by their beauty and others, that will be artificial. But by the mercy, we can have their spiritual realm manifest to our heart by the mercy. We do not say we can. This we have to be just careful always.
Prabhuji, just related, I have one question. Prabhuji, in the sadhana is very necessary in the beginning for us to purify. I mean, how much we need to be in the preaching, is, I can say in the sense of that we are not qualified as a, our sadhana is go and then talk about the Krishna consciousness thing. How much we have to balance means how telling about others about Krishna consciousness.
Well, as you are, thank you. That's very nice question. As you remember that the example I was using, when parents put $20,000 for the child's future college, and the child is 1 year old, don't know even how to speak yet, what can you do to make the child understand at that time? Nothing, really. You don't need to pay attention. As long as the child sees that the mother and father loves is wonderful, and it grows. When time matures, 5 years old, in future you'll go to college and we have some money for you. Oh, wonderful, mommy, I'll play now with whatever, with the other children or something like this. So that's all, but she's aware, at least she's responding. Okay, that's nice, she appreciates. But when she's like 8 years, 10 years, she's seeing the future, then she's okay, I have money, my parents kept it, she'll start appreciating. So same way, in the beginning of thinking of Radha Krishna's pastimes, intimacy, it will really build the soul and it will divert them from the real path. Instead of purifying the heart, it will damage the heart because they will do artificial. But in maturity of our sadhana, so what should we do? That's the question. Well, just like the child should just follow the parents, having a loving relationship growing up, we should just follow our Guru and Vaishnavas and just chant and preach and grow. Purify heart and pray to Krishna to purify our heart. Because as I said in the first line, the purpose of spiritual life is to make our life spiritual. Let's make every moment in our life spiritual. Spiritual means it is for the pleasure of Guru Krishna. Whatever we are doing, wherever we are, whatever thought coming, then automatically the maturity will come and everything will be revealed. In Madhya Kadumbini, it says that even the soul's ultimate destination already given by Krishna. But in maturity we will find out. It is not Krishna who is delaying our journey. It is us delaying our own journey. So the simple way, just to follow Guru, Vaishnavas, and Prabhupada's lotus feet, and he gave them this society. And if we can just keep on going, we'll end up with very sweet, nice, unbelievable gift. At that time, we'll really appreciate. Just like 2 years or 3 years or even 4 years old, how much they can appreciate of. Child's future is saved. You put so much money, the child will become a millionaire by the time he's 20. But don't try to convince to 1 year old. It's not necessary. We don't need to know all this. But then question comes, but the attraction is there. Where this attraction is coming to know the intimacy of Radha Krishna? Why so many thousands of? Because that's the trap of Maya. She wants to just take us away. in the name of those Sahajiya, Smarto ideas. I come from that background. I know how many people actually are diverted like this. Why did Prabhupada, now you may say like, why you are giving so much warning? Because Prabhupada says, it scared me. Prabhupada says in Chaitanya Charitamrta purport, in the beginning, Adi Lila, the Sahajiyas are bad, but it is worse when our people takes it. Just like Prabhupada knew, some sannyasi will fall down. You know, even I'm a candidate, but Prabhupada knew everything Prabhupada did was perfect. He knew fully. Even he gave sannyas, but he knew that within few years, after few years, 10 years, he may fall down, but he will do a great service. Let him do at least this. Otherwise, he won't do even that. So Prabhupada was fully aware. Prabhupada just guiding us that be careful, just stay focused. It's not that we don't glorify Radharani, we glorify. I actually conduct a seminar on Radharani. But we don't want to be artificially attracted as like a female form. She is not a female form. She is a divine goddess. She belongs to Krishna. She does not exist separately. She is the absolute truth. The most attractive form of absolute truth that attracts the most attracted person, Krishna. She is a divine mother. We respect her like this. To see her beauty separately in the conditional life, it is dangerous. Narottam Das Thakur is a Manjari, Srinivas Acharya is a Manjari, Rupa Goswami is a Manjari, Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur is a Manjari. They are all Manjari. They don't talk so much, so why should we talk? They did not tell us to do that. So we are trying to follow, that's all. Does that make sense, Mother?
Yes, Prabhu. Thank you so much.
We end now, or?
Yes, Prabhu. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for your association. Thank you for the very, very, very nice class. Now we can end the